In this video, I'm going to be showing you how I live in my car and how you can too. I'm going to be showing you examples and things that you need to know before you start doing this. So how to receive mail, where to park, how to have access to bathrooms and showers. Those are most of the necessities, and I'm going to be showing you as well some creature comforts that make doing this a lot more comfortable. So first things first, the most important thing you're going to need before you start living in your car is a gym membership. I personally use Planet Fitness because they're all around the country. There's some in almost every single city and every state out there. With the Black Card through Planet Fitness, it's about $25 a month, and that gives you access into every single Planet Fitness anywhere in the country. Also grants you access to have a guest pass if you want to bring a friend with you, tanning booths, massage beds, all that kind of good stuff. Now, one thing you're going to want to know before you shower in these public showers, you need shower shoes, because if you don't wear shower shoes, you are going to get athlete's foot or even worse, plantar warts. Me personally, I just went to Walmart and got these Crocs. I think they're under $10. It was a pretty cheap option. Planet Fitness is really good if you need to use the bathroom, get ready in the morning. Also, it's pretty nice too, because whenever you go there to shower, you can go hit a quick workout before. So that's going to take care of your hygiene needs, bathroom, and getting water. Now, the second most important thing that everyone always asks me is how you cover up your windows and how you get privacy in your car. So for me personally, the cheapest option was to get these reflectors from AutoZone. I have a pair for the front and the back windshield, so that takes care of that. And for the windows, your best option is going to be to tint them, although that is a little bit pricey. So for me, the most affordable and cheapest option that I found is the best that works, is to get Velcro strips and black towels from Walmart. They're very cheap, very affordable option. I put those Velcro strips all along the plastics that are in the car. I got 2 strips on the plastic handle that's located besides each door, 1 long strip on the pillar between each of your windows, and 1 last one in the back on that plastic covering. So now you have all of your windows covered up, you have complete privacy. We'll go into the next thing, a bed. Now, if you are in a pinch, you don't need this, but it is nice if you're going to be doing this for a while and you want to live comfortably. So your first option, which is free, you could just recline both of your chairs back and sleep like that, although it's not very comfortable. Another option that I've seen is taking out the passenger seat and building a bed there, running all the way from the back to the front. That's going to be a really good option if you're a little bit taller, but for me, that's overkill, and I like to have a passenger seat if I want to drive my friends around. Another option, and the one that I have chosen, is to build a bed in the back seat. This works perfect if you're not super tall, and it gives you a big platform and a cozy bed to be able to sleep on. So I'm going to run through the things that I have back there in order to make this a comfortable bed for me. So first and foremost, what I do is push the passenger seat all the way forward as much as possible. I am 5'5", and if I lay diagonally across, I am able to stretch out my legs all the way and sleep very comfortably. I got these foam mattress toppers from Walmart because they just fit perfectly in there like a puzzle piece. I have 2 behind the passenger seat, 1 in the middle, and behind the driver's seat, I just leave a little area for storage. Now, on top of all those things, I have a camping mat. That's really good to cover up those seatbelts and make all those uneven crevices flat. And on top of those things back there, I just have body pillows and regular pillows to make it super comfortable. And the cherry on top for me is this memory foam mattress topper. Mine is about 4 inches thick. It's the biggest one you can get at Walmart, and I basically just cut it to size. So that bed back there that I've created is super comfortable, super cushiony. It feels like a big marshmallow. Now, this is just personally my setup and how I did it, and that's where you can get really creative. You could keep a cooler, you could use furniture instead of the foam mattress toppers, but those are more comfortable in my opinion. The sky is the limit, honestly, with that. So those are the basics, the things that you're going to need to have set up before you start doing this. And now we'll start getting into some of the creature comforts. Number 1 for me that was super important that I put off getting for a long time because it was pretty expensive is a massive power bank. This one was about $280. This bad boy would charge up my phone about 20 times before I have to completely recharge it. What's cool about this one is you can plug it into the cigarette port charger and charge it from there, or you can just plug it into a wall outlet. Now again, this is not something that you need, but it's very convenient. What I did for a while is just have my laptop and like a smaller portable battery that was like $20, and that would be enough to just charge my phone over the night when I needed it. One thing that really helped me a lot that I wish I knew before was to get a quick charger for your cigarette port. Now, before I had this one, which is not very powerful, and it would take a long time to charge my phone if I was just sitting in my car charging it up while it idles. So a quick charger is a little bit more pricey, but it'll save you a lot on gas. Another really important thing, which is a question that I get asked all the time, is where do you park? Now, from what I've experienced, you have about 4 options. Number 1, which is going to be your best bet, and you're going to have almost no trouble with people coming and knocking on your window, waking you up, telling you to leave, is public street parking. Now, it depends what state and what county you live in, but in many places, it is legal to park and sleep in your car overnight. So these are going to be places like neighborhoods, outside of apartment complexes. Any street where you see other cars parked in that is not like a gated community is usually like a solid go-to for me. Which brings me into another topic. Be discreet. You want to make sure that nobody knows that you're living in your car. You want to be setting up your windows and stuff when nobody's around. The less people that know, the better. Now, another solid option, especially if you're traveling around the country, is Cracker Barrel parking lots. They allow people to sleep overnight in their lots, and if you go there at night, you will see other van lifers and other people doing it. Now, it is only supposed to be like a one-night thing, but I have pushed my luck and stayed in these places for weeks at a time, just moving parking spots. Now, your third option is going to be 24-hour businesses. Your best option is going to be gym parking lots like Planet Fitness that I was talking about earlier. The downside to staying in those parking lots, though, is that people pull up in the middle of the night, like 3 a.m. blasting music, which, I mean, you can't blame them, right? They're going to the gym. It's just a very noisy area to stay in, and it will keep you awake unless you have earplugs or something. So I prefer not to stay in Planet Fitness parking lots anymore. I did for the first few nights on the road when I was doing this, so it is an option if need be. Last and final option, which is really if you're in a pinch and maybe you're traveling or something and you don't really want to be doing this a lot, but if need be and all of those other 3 options aren't available, you can do this. Hospital parking lots. I've never been kicked out of a hospital parking lot while sleeping overnight. Also, they have security, so you kind of have that peace of mind while you're there. But honestly, try to stay away from parking lots and those privately owned businesses because they will kick you out. I have been kicked out before from Planet Fitness. It's literally the worst feeling when you're asleep at 3 or 4 in the morning and you get a knock on the window telling you have to leave. So yeah, honestly, the best option that I do personally is public street parking. Another big thing is the temperature, and that all depends really on what state you're staying in. I'm doing this in Southern California, so the weather is almost perfect year-round, but the temperatures have been rising in the summer, going above 100 degrees in some areas, and the best way to avoid being too hot is to just not be in your car. Find things to do during the day, find anything to do in public that's not in your car. A very important resource that I utilize a lot is libraries. You have free internet, free public restrooms, and free water. I go to libraries a lot, get my work done on my laptop, refill my water bottles. One thing that is important to have if you're going to be staying in a very hot area is a portable fan. This one runs on batteries. I got it from Walmart for about 20 bucks, I think. It runs on D batteries and it lasts me a while before I have to replace the batteries. I have slept in above 80 degrees comfortably with this method. Now, if it's too cold at night, you're going to want to get a sleeping bag. You're really just going to want to bundle up as much as possible. I got a pretty cheap one from Walmart and I slept in about 17 degrees with that. Also, where you park kind of helps you a lot with that. If it's too cold, you're going to want to make sure you park somewhere directly in the sun to kind of heat up your car a bit. And if it's too hot, you're going to want to stay in a shady area, usually beneath a tree or somewhere that's in the shade. That will keep your car a little bit cooler when the sun rises. So for me personally, I live in Southern California, and your best bet is going to be near the ocean because number one, it's going to be a lot cooler, especially during the summer. And number two, they usually have public restrooms available for you to use on the beach or around the beach. And if you're really in a pinch and you can't afford a gym membership, they do have showers that you can use. Another pretty important thing to have that I didn't have for a while and you don't technically need, but it helps a lot, is these rain guards that you see right here. I bought mine off of Amazon and they weren't even the right size, so I did have to cut them to shape, so make sure you get the right ones for your vehicle. But it does help a lot because when you're sleeping in your vehicle, you're gonna wanna have the windows rolled down. And that's because condensation will build up on the inside of all of your windows and they will all fog up and get all nasty and mildewy if you don't have your windows cracked at night. Main reason you want these rain guards is because it covers up the fact that your windows are rolled down so nobody can notice. Also, the rain guards will have it so you can have your windows cracked while it's raining. Another very important thing is mail. Where you can get your mail, where you can receive your packages, and where you can write down your mailing address for very important official documents. Now, there is a few options. For the first option, you can use a family member or a friend's address as long as they're okay with it. But if you do not have a family member or friends in the area that you're going to be staying, here are some other options. Option number one is a P.O. box. You can have things sent there as a regular mailbox, but you cannot have that on official documents stating that that is your residence. Another good solid option is a commercial mail receiving agency or a CMRA. And you can usually open these through UPS, but they are a bit pricey, which is why I never use them. Now for me, what I use for official documents is a shelter. You are legally allowed to use this for your taxes, for your official documents, all that good stuff. The one downside of using these places, especially if you're having important mail sent there, is sometimes it can get lost. So if you need someone to send you documents like birth certificates, social security cards, have it sent to a P.O. box or somewhere that is more official that you're not going to have to worry about that. Now, if you want to have Amazon packages and stuff delivered that way, you can use these Amazon lock boxes that they have all over the country. You can have your packages sent there and just go pick them up. Another important factor is a job. Now, in this day and age, especially post-COVID, you can find a lot of full remote jobs. Working online is really going to be your best bet, especially if you're traveling and on the road constantly. You can just take your laptop, go into a library or a Starbucks, any sort of coffee shop, and just get your work done there. But you can also have a job where you work in person. So your best bet is going to be to stay near the area where your job is going to be, or not, depending if you're okay with the commute every morning or if you have public transportation available. A common question that I get asked a lot as well is food. So there's a few different options that you have. You can get a hot plate or something that you can plug into your power bank, but it does take up a lot of power, so it's not really the best option. Another option is using gas-powered stove, which is what I have personally. Another problem that you're going to be running into if you want to cook is going to be refrigeration. Now, you can have a cooler that you use and just replace the ice, but you're going to be replacing that ice pretty frequently, and it's honestly a pain in the butt to do, so I don't do that personally. Another option is going to be an actual mini fridge. You can get a really strong power bank and a solar panel, so you never have to worry about power, and you can just keep the refrigerator plugged in constantly. But for me personally, I really don't cook a lot and I just eat out. You can totally still cook and meal prep and keep everything refrigerated. Now, another very important thing that you're going to want to need is some form of self-protection. You're going to want to stay armed and stay safe. So that about wraps up this video. I hope that I've answered some of these questions for you, and I wish you luck in this journey. I've been doing this about a year and I personally love it. It comes with a lot of freedom, especially if you're making money online. You can go anywhere at any time and go live there if you want. If you get tired of this state, you can go move to another state, so on and so forth. It's very freeing, and some of you may be doing this out of necessity, which I have a lot of sympathy for, and I hope that everything works out in your favor. And just know that we all have our own unique paths and our own trials and tribulations that we go through, but at the end of the day, we are alive, we are breathing, and we are blessed with this gift that we call life. I hope that this video has helped you in any way, and if you have any more questions, drop them down below in the comments. I will be answering every single comment. So if you've enjoyed this video and you want to see more from me, hit that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the future. So again, thank you so much for watching this video. I love all of you guys. Peace out.